Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a frozen wilderness. No hospitals, no doctors, no diapers, no diaper formula, no painkillers, not even a roof over your head. Just you and a newborn baby that has to survive. One mistake, one cold night, one hungry predator, and your entire family line ends forever. Yet somehow, your ancestors didn't just survive. They raised billions of descendants, including you. So how did ancient humans keep babies alive without modern medicine, without supermarkets, and without anyone to call for help? The answer is far more incredible than you might imagine.
The impossible situation.
Every single baby born 40,000 years ago entered one of the most dangerous worlds imaginable. The first challenge came only minutes after birth. Unlike many animals, human babies can't walk. They can't cling to their mothers. They can't even hold up their own heads. Compared to baby deer that run within hours, human babies are completely helpless. From an evolutionary perspective, they almost seem unfinished. So why would nature create such a vulnerable baby? Because our enormous brains couldn't fit through the birth canal if we stayed in the womb any longer. Humans are essentially born months earlier than many other mammals, which means raising the baby became just as important as giving birth.
A village before villages existed.
Here's something surprising. The idea that mothers raised babies alone is almost certainly wrong. Ancient hunter-gatherers lived in small groups of around 20 to 50 people. Everyone knew everyone. Grandparents, older siblings, aunts, uncles, friends, all helped care for children. Scientists call this cooperative breeding. In simple words, human babies had many caregivers. While one person searched for food, someone else carried the baby. When the mother rested, another adult watched over the child. Even teenagers practiced childcare long before becoming parents themselves. In many ways, the whole tribe became one giant family. And that cooperation may be one of humanity's greatest survival advantages.
The baby carrier that changed history. Imagine trying to gather berries, collect firewood, or escape a predator while holding a baby in your arms all day. Impossible! So ancient humans became incredibly creative. Long before backpacks, they made simple baby carriers from animal skins, woven plants, or cloth-like fibers. The baby stayed close to the mother's chest or back, safe, warm, able to hear her heartbeat. Modern research shows babies carried this way cry less, sleep better, and develop stronger emotional bonds. The oldest baby carrier wasn't a product. It was an idea, one that may have helped humans spread across the entire planet.
Breastfeeding was survival. Today, feeding a baby can involve bottles, powdered formula, sterilizers, and warmers. Ancient parents had exactly one option: breastfeeding, and often it lasted 2 to 4 years. That sounds surprising today, but it solved many problems. Breast milk contained everything babies needed. It protected them from disease, it was always available, always the right temperature, and completely sterile. In difficult seasons, a mother's own body became the baby's food supply. Some anthropologists even believe long breastfeeding naturally spaced pregnancies, giving each child a better chance of survival before another baby arrived.
The night was the greatest enemy.
The sun disappears. The temperature drops. Wolves begin to howl. This was nighttime for ancient families. A baby crying in the dark wasn't just exhausting, it could attract predators. So sleeping arrangements were very different from today. Families usually slept close together around a fire. The warmth of several bodies helped everyone survive freezing nights. Parents responded quickly whenever babies cried, not because parenting books told them to, but because silence meant safety. Fire became more than warmth. It became protection, light, security, and the center of family life. Without fire, raising babies in many parts of the world would have been almost impossible.
Ancient medicine that actually worked.
What happened when babies became sick? There were no pharmacies, but ancient humans weren't helpless. Over thousands of years, they learned which plants eased pain, which leaves reduced fever, and which herbs treated infections. Knowledge spread through generations. Some treatments worked surprisingly well. Others didn't. Shamans and healers often combined practical medicine with rituals. To modernize, that may sound strange, but the emotional comfort, community support, and accumulated plant knowledge often gave families hope during desperate moments. Experience became their greatest textbook.
Why grandparents were so important.
Here's one of the strangest mysteries in evolution. Most animals don't live long after they stop having children. Humans do. Why? One leading scientific idea is called the grandmother hypothesis. Older women could gather food, watch children, teach survival skills, and allow younger mothers to recover or search for resources. In other words, grandparents didn't simply live longer, they helped future generations survive. Your grandmother and her grandmother may exist because ancient grandmothers helped keep families alive for tens of thousands of years.
Childhood was their greatest investment. Ancient humans spent years teaching children, not through classrooms, but through everyday life. Kids watched adults make tools, track animals, find edible plants, build fires, avoid dangerous snakes, recognize weather. Even play had a purpose. Games trained balance, coordination, teamwork, and hunting skills. Every lesson increased survival. A child wasn't simply growing older. They were slowly becoming another protector of the tribe.
It's easy to think ancient humans were simply lucky. They weren't. They survived because they shared responsibility. They adapted. They learned from failure. And every generation passed those lessons to the next. The fact that you're here today means that somewhere in your family tree, thousands of parents successfully protected children through ice ages, famines, disease, wild animals, and unimaginable hardships. Every heartbeat you have is proof that they succeeded. So the next time you hear a baby cry, remember this. That tiny sound carries a survival story that has echoed through humanity for hundreds of thousands of years. And without it, none of us would exist.
If you enjoyed learning how our ancestors survived impossible challenges, subscribe for more fascinating stories about ancient humans, because history is far stranger than fiction.